appropriate rules.
Further question. Have you reached out to HHS and determined whether it is permissible for that cost to be placed on the recipient or whether that is a cost that has to be borne by the state, as this is a federally governed program?
Yes, I did, and I believe it can be done. And certainly the photo ID of one family member or more is certainly allowed under federal regulations.
Thank you.
All right. I need a move on the amendment. All right, move. All those anybody opposed? All those in favor, raise your hand. Front row needs to be excused over here, some of them. All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, that's the rules. And now, under modified structure HB 772, all those in favor, or anybody opposed? All those in favor, raise your hand. Those opposed, same sign. It's on. Modified structure HB 845. Any opposition? Modified open HB 876. Any opposed? It's on. Modified open HB 883. Any opposition? Modified structure HB 913. Any opposition? So under structured HB 922. Its own. Under modified structure HB 138. Any opposition? It's on. All right, I'm gonna move HB 257 to modified structure. It's under structured right now. It'll be moved to modified structure. Mr. Setzler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've got an amendment I'd like to offer for consideration on the floor, and I will have a clean amendment drafted and some other signatures on this. But what the amendment does is, because we're looking to eliminate a tax credit for automobiles that are currently on lots today in the inventory, and some of which are in the process of being delivered, this simply moves the effective date back from what's in the existing bill of April 1st of this year, which is 4 weeks from today. This moves it back to July 1st of 2014. This gives about 3 months for any inventory on lot to get off lots and be sold, so that there's not a situation where you've got, auto dealers that have bought these things or have these things being ordered, that midstream we're changing the law with respect to this tax credit, which has a huge impact on their value in the market. So this provides some clarity for them and allows Representative Martin's bill to be come in full effect on July 1 versus April 1.
Mr. Stevens.
Chairman, I'm concerned a little about the fiscal note that we were presented in our Ways and Means Committee and how that might affect that.
Mr. Setzler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was approached by some folks, some regulatory people asking about this perhaps needing to be done in January 1 of next year. I disagree with that. I think this is something that is a measured step. But as I talked to, we've got, in fact, I talked to Senator Miller, who is an auto dealer, about the pipeline of cars and how long they keep cars in inventory. I just think this provides some clarity to folks. If we were to change this on people, and there are some dealerships that have a tremendous amount of this stock and inventory, they will have bought cars with the expectation of selling them for a $10,000 tax credit in some cases. And we move the goalpost on them. I just don't think we're in the business of asking those costs to be borne by the private sector in a matter of weeks by acting on something like this. This just provides a little clarity and some stability for the marketplace for things that are already in their inventory. And again, it's a policy question we can certainly debate, Mr. Chairman. I just thought it ought to be an option for members in considering this on the floor.
Okay. You want another one, Ron? All right. You've heard the amendment. On HB 257 for AM 340637, do I hear a move? Any opposition? All right, the amendment will be on the floor. Next, under modified structure HB 257, do I hear a move? Any opposition? It's on. HB under structured HB 390. Any opposition? It's on. Under structured HB 729. Any opposition? Under modified structure HB 819. Any opposition? It's on. Under structured HB 823. Any opposition? It's on. Under modified structure HB 914. Any opposition? It's under modified structure HB 930. It's any opposition? It's under structured HB 954. Any opposition? It's under modified structure HB 982. Did I put 958? It should be under structure. I'll see y'all in a little while.